Okay, I'm Chris Avina with American Outdoor News. In today's episode, we are speaking to Corey Meyer. Corey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always fun to come talk about our product.
Yeah, I was speaking to a friend of ours, mutual friend, and I looked into your product and Steelhead Outdoors. Wow, that's really groundbreaking what you're doing. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started your company? You and your partner are both engineers.
Yep, that's correct. So it just so happened we both were kind of in the market for gun safes at the same time in our life. You start to have little ones on the ground, and then your wife becomes less okay with the spare bedroom closet being shoved full of shotguns and rifles. And then, so we were kind of shopping, and we ended up heading out together one day on a Saturday or something, looking at safes. And the kind of common theme that we saw was the safes that you can move are, really light duty and probably not all that nice, with not offering all that much protection. And then the
Tinted
ones that were really
cabinet,
nice were like, how do you move them?
which is always an issue. If you've ever moved and tried to bring your safe along with you, you know what a these things aren't light. They're
No,
they're they're a struggle.
no, and honestly, like the weight and the size, like just the act of moving it, the difficulty, that's like a convenience issue. The major problem that we can solve for some people is you say, hey, look, the ideal spot for my gun safe is actually in the basement in my spare room. That's a bonus room around the corner. And a lot of times, like a safe physically will not fit in that location. It won't make the corner. It won't fit through the door. It won't fit down the narrow hallway, whatever that might be.
Yep.
And that's where it's really valuable solution for people.
I actually have a funny story that relates to this. Um, when we bought our house, my wife called me one day and she said, I found this beautiful lamois. It's 9 feet tall. Will it fit? I said, yeah, I renovated. I cathedral the ceilings. We had 12-foot ceilings. I'm like, yeah, it'll fit. So when they came time to deliver, once it comes off the truck, there's no returning it.
Right.
So they couldn't get it in the front door. So they had to bring it around the back door. They had to take the sliding door off so they could get it in the house. Once they got it in the house, it wouldn't make the turn into the bedroom. So then they brought it around through the kitchen. Wouldn't make the turn into the hallway. So now that big 9-foot armoire is sitting in my living room because there was no other place to bring it. Now, people come across the same thing when they buy a 10-gun safe, a 15-gun safe. Like you said, it won't make a turn. It can't. So you circumvented that. How did you do that?
Yeah. So what we have is what's called a modular safe, and modular safes have been around for a while. We didn't invent the concept, but there's only a couple options on the market. One of them is imported, and then the other one has just kind of like limited options as far as fireproofing and lock choice and things like that. So we wanted to bring like a unique solution to the market that has options for customizability. You can pick your lock, you can pick your colors, you can pick your inside. We can do custom sizes, and that's a bigger part of our business than we even anticipated. But the unique part about a modular safe is it comes to you on one pallet, 5 boxes, 6 panels. So the safe behind me, that's our biggest kind of off-the-shelf model. That safe is 38 inches by 24 inches by 60 inches. It weighs 600 pounds. But when you go to put this in your basement, like where I'm sitting right now in my basement, the heaviest panel is the door. It weighs about 175 pounds, we'll say.
Okay.
So it's still heavy, but two people can carry it down the steps. It's 29 inches wide, so it fits through any 30-inch door without taking the hinges off. I mean, you can put them on the side and whatever, but it's easier to carry kind of in the flat position. And then you just assemble on site, and it makes a adaptable solution that's kind of ready for wherever your life might take you next.
So it's not the 500-pound, big, bulky safe that you're trying to move up into the second floor of your house or down to the basement and uh, needing a chiropractor afterwards.
Right, right, for sure, for sure. And then, like we said before, like a lot of times safes end up in living rooms or garages because it just won't fit where they thought it would, the customer. And people always ask questions about theft proof and fireproof, and the number one way to improve both of those for free is to put your safe someplace less likely to have a fire nearby, someplace less likely for, like a home invader to find it.
Yep. So you're basically your off the shelf models all put together are 3 and 600 pounds.
Yeah, yep. So our lightest one's just about 400, the middle one's 500, and then the biggest one's 600.
Okay, so that's kind of tolerable putting it together piece by piece.
Yeah, yep.
What is the fire rating on it?
Yeah, fire ratings are super unique. There's no like central body that does the testing. In the gun safe industry, all the manufacturers actually test themselves.
Yeah,
So some of them do a really great job, and some of them not so much, especially the ones that maybe come from overseas. So ours, we tested it independently in a lab locally here, and we shoved the safe in a 1200-degree oven, and all the 5 sensors inside stayed under 350 degrees for just 30 minutes. So right at 30 minutes,
wow.
which is not like the top end of the ranges of safes you can get, but it's respectable. The major feature about our safe is that the interior is a ceramic blanket material, so it's completely dry. Probably 90+% of gun safes actually have like sort of a slightly upgraded residential drywall inside of them. They call it fireboard,
Yeah,
but it's essentially the same that's in between your garage and your house. It does a real good job in the fire tests. If we put 2 layers of fireboard in there, our panels would get heavier. We'd increase our fire test rating a little better, but we would have issues with moisture management all the time. That's why dehumidifiers are so commonplace in gun safes.
yes, they
Just
are.
because the drywall is in a confined space, slowly gives off its moisture that it is trapped when they manufacture it, and then it can rust your guns. It can create mildew.
Mhm.
Some of the better manufacturers tell you should open your safe every 3 to 4 days, or else you risk issues with moisture buildup pretty severely.
That's not really realistic though, is it?
No, and that's why a lot of people use kind of like these active dehumidifiers with they're running power inside their safe, they're running an electric heater in there to get the humidity out all the time. But the question I always ask people is, gun safes are always tested when they're new. I've asked several people, have you ever tested a gun safe that's 25 years old? And no one that I know of has.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, when you have, your dehumidifier drying out that drywall for 20 years, how much fire protection's left at that point? And I haven't got a straight answer from anyone on that.
Well, there's really only one way to find out.
Right, right.
Now, here's an important thing. Your product is completely made in the US.
Yeah, yep. And that's kind of like one of the key differentiators. There's several companies out there making high quality safes in the US for sure, but a lot of the ones that are, people like, oh, well, these are pretty affordable, or they're available at big box stores. Some of that stuff could be coming right on a boat from overseas. So we
Mhm.
make everything. We start as raw sheets of steel right here in the town I live in, and laser cut raw sheets of steel, form them, weld them, powder coat them, assemble them.
Mhm.
Even our insulation material is made in USA.
Now, in today's climate, is there any problems getting your raw materials or the supply chain?
Yeah, I mean, lead times have continued to go up, which is just tricky to manage. So far we're still shipping safes out every day, so we're still doing okay. But like even a lot of stuff that's made in the USA, they have components that might come from overseas, like the electronic locks, for example. I think there's
Yeah.
like some circuit boards and stuff that you can't manufacture here. So those are super extended lead times right now. So we have open orders waiting, and we should get them before we run out, but
Yeah.
cross our fingers and keep making safes.
Now, what are you do have some pretty unique safety features on there.
Yeah. Yeah. So first off, the number one question we always get, you see right here, these are the hinges. People say,
Yep.
well, look, there's screws right there on the hinges. Could we just unbolt the hinges and take the door off? And I mean, you can unbolt the hinges and you could definitely steal the hinges, but behind the door here, there's a continuous channel that goes behind a half-inch plate inside the safe body. So the natural swinging motion of the door, it actually swings in behind, and the
Mhm.
only way to get it open is to open this side and slide it out. So that's actually like another example of, we didn't invent that concept. It's very commonplace in bank safes and cash safes and ATM safes that are TL30 rated. It's just not common in gun safes because people like to promote the number of shiny chrome pins they have instead of like security features that that matter.
Well, your door is recessed also.
Yeah, yeah, more than an inch. So it's really difficult to get a pry bar in there. So
Even if they could, it don't look like you'll get the leverage to try and open it, even if you do pop the pins on that.
yep.
Uh, you have any other unique features that sets you apart from everybody else?
Yeah, so we actually have a patent on our construction that was just issued. It's been pending for a while, and the government's slow at everything, everything they do. But yeah, so our construction is what we call a unitized panel. So there's exterior wall, and then there's an interior wall, and between that's the insulation. And that's what these silver bolts on the outside, that's what they do. They just hold the spacer in place
Uh,
that holds the inside and the outside together, essentially for shipping. It makes a more rigid structure as far as shelving is concerned, but it doesn't contribute to security because once you assemble it, there's an extra set of assembly bolts that are only accessible from the inside that go through all the layers of the inside and the outside walls over again. Everything's kind of like a double jointed wall
mhm.
so that they're overlapping on two surfaces. But what that means is that when you get the panels, they're already fully assembled. You don't have to unroll anything. You don't have to pound in boards when you're done. The interior and the exterior are all hooked together. You stand the panels up, put your 48 bolts in, and then you're done.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here to acknowledge some of our sponsors. Underwood Ammo, always a standard of excellence. If you don't use them, you absolutely should. Pyro Putty and Phone Scope, always innovative products you should always have in your pack. You never know when never know when you're gonna need them. And of course, Hunt of a Lifetime. We're going to hear from them right now, and we'll be right back.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Okay, and we're back. We're back with Corey Meyer from Steelhead Outdoors talking about his modular safes. And Corey, I know during the break you had opened the safe, and I wanted to talk about the interior of the safe as well. The interior of your safe is modular as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, kind of modular in a different way. So we'll show you, we'll kind of go from the outside in. So the first thing is these kind of, we call these our gear panels. They're available in all the sizes of safes, and they interface with third-party MOLLE gear, holsters, pouches, med kit bags. This is a laptop bag on mine that has fireproof bags inside of it with important stuff in it. And
Okay.
you can just kind of weave your holsters wherever you want, and then you just pick your spot on your door where you want that to be, and it just installs.
Nice and easy.
Just push and down, push in and down, and then you're done. And that's kind of the same concept with the interior. So all of our shelf brackets install in the back panel that way. So you can see you have your interior panel and your exterior panel. No extra stuff in here, no boards, no carpet. and all of the racking just snaps into the back panel.
So you might have originally buy the safe and have, say, 5 guns. And as time goes on, you might have 12, 15, 20, like a lot of people do. And you can easily modify the interior of the safe to accommodate that.
Yeah, the parts ship in a small box and they install with no tools. So it's very easy to change your mind down the road safe can grow with you as you grow.
As your passion for the outdoors or hunting or shooting sports, you might have, get into bird hunting where you weren't when you bought the safe. You have 2, 3 shotguns just for that alone.
Right.
So it's yeah, and even for storage of your ammo, you can
Yep.
you can reconfigure that. You can put in lights. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's what in here too. We talked a little bit about moisture management. So this is just a humidity meter. I always tell people if you're curious about your current gun safe, get one of these. They're like $10. And I actually have 2 of them. I have one on the outside and one on the inside, and they both track the humidity in 24-hour period. And these are 2 points away from each other in the range in the last 24 hours. So we know that there's no humidity being generated by the inside of the gun safe.
So not only the safes are customizable, if I wanted to make a safe room, say I wanted to convert a large closet into a safe in my house, you can send what I need to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So sometime at the beginning of last year, we started doing vault doors, and they've been really popular for us. We're working on 2 of them today, and we'll be working on 2 more next week. We have in-swing, out-swing. We have all the same kind of custom colors and custom options. And we have a cool system on the inside that's the emergency release and the panic lock that are all accessible without pulling any trap doors or opening any Velcro hatches. They're all just the controls are available right on the back side. So then that room can act as a storm shelter, a panic room, emergency area to go in case anything goes wrong, and as well as a gun room. A lot of people end up putting their reloading stuff in there, making a little man cave section out a part of it.
Sure. Now, your locks are customizable as well. You can have the combination. You could have the fingerprint type lock. You can really put anything that I need for my needs.
Yep. Yeah. So right now we have 2 standard locks that you could just order a safe today off the website. We have an old school dial, 4 turns left, 3 turns right.
Uh-huh.
2 turns left, and we have the S&G digital, the direct drive push button, and we're building the vault door we're building right now has the cool iSeries biometric iPhone app, fingerprint, all that stuff available as well. So we have all those as custom options, and we're working on a new website right now that'll have a lot more of our customizable options kind of ready to look at.
So how popular are the old-fashioned, like master lock type locks where you're done?
It's probably 40%, 30 to 40%.
Wow.
And then 60 to 70 are the digital. So there's two reasons why. I think some people have kind of like an outdated perspective of digital locks reliability,
Yeah.
20 years ago, they probably were a long ways behind mechanical locks, but now they're very good. The other thing is, like, this one's in my basement, so this one actually has a mechanical lock. The one I have upstairs has a digital lock because that's where I keep any kind of gun that I might want to get to quickly for home defense or whatnot.
Okay.
And that's why I think, having one of each is kind of a good compromise, but it is really like a personal preference thing. The digital locks are super reliable nowadays, and the mechanical ones they're kind of unchanged for the last 30 years, but for good
Yeah.
reason. And they work really well too. So
Hey, they're dependable. Either you know the combination or you don't.
right.
Now, what do we have looking forward? Do you have any new product lines or anything else you're moving into?
Yeah, I guess. So we have some cool stuff coming up. We have some like alterations on these safes, like kind of some cool custom options that people have been asking for. We're going to roll out. as sort of standard options, make it a little more accessible to more people. Some cool finishes. We kind of sort of soft launched like a rusty finish last fall, and that's going to be more officially, as an option on the website with the new website launch that's coming up in a couple months. That's been really well received. We actually we take the safe, we build it just like normal. We apply a chemical treatment to the safe to make like actual rust happen. Then you neutralize it and then you clear coat over it, so it kind of freezes it in time,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and it ends up looking like that kind of rustic look that's really popular nowadays with all types of decor.
I have a fire pit like that. It
Yeah.
just, it comes shiny and new, and you leave it out, and only certain sections oxidize and rust.
It looks cool, right?
Yeah, it looks great. I like it.
Yeah, there's like a natural beauty to that that's kind of interesting. It used to be kind of like definitely not as socially cool, 10 years ago as it is now, but it has a really cool natural beauty to it.
Yeah, it definitely does. So where can we find you?
Yeah, so everything is on steelheadoutdoors.com, and we love talking to our customers and our potential customers. Our phone number's on every page. There's a contact form on every page. If you're looking for anything that you don't see ready-made on the website, we can probably make it. Just give us a shout, and we can start chatting with you about the options.
So your price points are customizable, just like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You got something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming on. I look forward to seeing more of you in the future, and definitely go to Steelhead Outdoors. Check out their product. You're not going to be disappointed.
Thank you.
Thanks again.